appreciate about doing a program here is you laugh and clap loud. There is no confusion about what you feel. Now, I have finished my first program, and when we were going back, a volunteer of mine who had to tell the latecomers that you cannot enter the program said, when people scold you in Kolkata, they scold you very loud. Okay. And I was telling him, because I was inside the auditorium, when people laugh in Kolkata, they laugh very loud. Now it's a question of what do you want to see? Now I can become an ambassador. No, you have your own ambassadors for the state. I can go around and tell, and I can create an impression about Kolkata to the world of it's a place where their happiness is absolutely demonstrative, or I can go and tell the world their anger is absolutely demonstrative. And by painting an ugly picture of one city in the minds of another 100 people, what do I get? Except contaminating the impression of others. Go to any city of India, the citizen of that city will explain to you what all is wrong about the city. Go to Singapore. From taxi driver, everybody will praise Singapore. Everybody will praise. And what happens is within 1.5 days, or everybody together give you a spectacles by which you see and you feel Singapore is very beautiful. And they've given you the spectacles because you will not hear anybody speaking anything derogatory about Singapore anywhere. And go to any city in India. From the time they take you out of the airport itself, they'll start telling you, चेन्नई में ये बराबर नहीं है, मुंबई ऐसा ही है, मुंबई क्यों ऐसा है, तू उधर है इसलिए, you leave, it will become beautiful. Singapore is clean because a citizen of Singapore wants to keep it clean. Every city in India will be clean if every Indian wants to keep it clean. The change has to come from here. Become an opportunist in thinking. Why should I become an opportunist in thinking? I think it's an age-old secret. Like begets like. Like attracts like. The sort of thoughts you hold is the sort of thoughts you will draw into your life. What I'm going to discuss in the next few minutes is very, very important. Many of you sitting here do not like rich people. In fact, your thought process itself starts going anti-rich people. Oh, rich people, they are like that only. And because you have, for whatever reason, you have developed a frame of reference against rich people, against the prosperity of rich people are like this. You have some brand. Understand, it doesn't affect rich people, it affects you because you cannot condemn where you want to reach and still expect to reach there. See, internally, your mind thinks you never want to be rich because you're against rich people. And your own mind will ensure you never become rich. One of the reasons many of you sitting here will never be rich is because you don't have right thoughts about being rich. No, if you become rich, you won't get family time at all. Have you been rich? No. Then how you know? In fact, if you become rich, you delegate so much of everything to others and you get more family time. You don't have to slog your you know what. But you keep despising. Somebody is jogging and he is fit. Then you will become like that only. You cannot continuously despise the destination which you want to reach because you are programming your mind to believe, I don't like it. And because you keep programming your mind, I don't like it, your mind will never take you there. In fact, observe, go and meet the most successful people and ask them to guide you, ask them to coach you, ask them to mentor you. They are willing to coach you. They are willing to, because there is science in this. Success comes to those who are willingly celebrating the success of other people. There is science in this. Because when I start celebrating the success of other people, I am programming my mind to understand that destination mujhe acha lagta hai. Being successful, being prosperous, experiencing abundance, being healthy, having a holistic life. 3 people on the road are walking. and somehow they are exaggeratedly happy. Exaggeratedly happy they are going. Now you should become happy looking at their happiness. Then you are programming your mind, I am happy about happiness. Then it believes that is where I have to take my man to, my master to. But what happens is, we see somebody happy, we find it so difficult. Daru piya hoga. Almost it seems soberly nobody can be happy. He must be drunk, that's why he is happy. Beda log. That's why they are happy. 3 children, 18, 19, 20, and they are very happy. And there's this feeling, these days youngsters, they don't know to behave themselves. What is behavior? Because I know in traditional family development, we were all brought up in such a way that if we laughed loud in the family, it was considered bad behavior. Remember? Anytime you laugh loud, Papa came and told you, behave yourself. So we think behaving yourself means, chair mein aisa baithna hai. So anybody right now out there in the world is happy, immediately your mind thinks they are not behaving properly. So we have built a world where, even in city of joy, behaving properly means, this phase is only for people who suffer from constipation. Nayara, 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 you have to sit like that. Not with life. Somewhere you see a very beautiful family, a mother taking care of a child, a father walking with the son and explaining, somewhere a brother, sister hugging each other. You have to feel good. You have to feel, this is not the time to think, what am I deprived of? This is time to feel good. I'm so happy there is so much love in the family, and be sure enough, it's question of time, you will see so much love in your family too. It's only question of time. There's no question about it. Appreciate talent, rejoice talent, cherish talent. You don't have to think, I'm not able to sing like her, I'm not able to dance like him. Just appreciate talent, and very soon life will create a context by which you will discover some talent about yourself. Become an opportunist in thinking, choose to see what you must see. I will never forget that moment. One program was happening in Chennai, and the president of that place was delivering a speech, and this man was so involved in a speech. Oh, baat karke, he fell off the dais. So he leaned on his hand and he fell. And there was a fracture, so he was immediately rushed to a railway hospital because his father was in railways. And there they were giving treatment to him. The man who was in charge of this entire fraternity asked me, hey, do you know where that hospital is? I didn't know where the hospital was. But right through in my life, I've never missed an opportunity. If I can walk with somebody I look up to, I never wanted to miss that opportunity. Because when you walk along with somebody you look up to, in the way they deal with situations, in the thoughts they release, in the way they think, in the way they see life, you can see and learn so much. So much. In fact, much more than listening to my speech, you can watch my life and learn a lot more. So never ever miss an opportunity when you get a chance to observe somebody whom you can look up to. There is so much to inherit from that individual. Just to ensure I'll get enough time with this great man, I told him I will take you to the railway hospital, found out all the details and took, and life did not betray me. As we were walking into that ward in which this man was admitted, and he had just undergone a surgery for fixing that bone, from outside itself, the man screamed out to the one who was lying down in the bed, hey, how are you? He said, from the bed. Immediately this man said, say you're on top of the world. So his wife, who was standing there, got very angry. She said, my husband is lying down with a fracture, and you want him to say top of the world? Immediately this man said, out of 206 bones, one bone is broken. Do justice to 205 bones. Say top of the world. Immediately that man said, top of the world. But I think I learnt a very big lesson in life. Why are we focusing so much on the thorns that we are missing out on the roses? Why are we focusing so much on a few cloud spots that we are missing out on the horizon of the skies? Why are you so bent on Papa gets angry, but beyond Papa gets angry, he has so many magnificent qualities which you are not focusing on? Why you want to go on saying, Mummy does not give me freedom, Mummy does not give me the money. But there are so many beautiful things about Mummy. The problem with this guy is, and the problem which you're talking about, that guy in your organization has so many capabilities because of which your organization is growing into what it is growing into. Why are you not focusing on that? Why is your focus so much on that one bone broken that you're missing out on the 205 bones? Hold a piece of wood very close to your eyes. It'll cover the entire sun. Hold it at a distance. It's just a piece of wood. That's all. Nothing more than that. In fact, when you show too much focus on the blemish of an individual, so much you focus on the blemish of the individual, everything else is forgotten. Such a beautiful crowd, such a participative crowd, such an implementable subject. Should this be my focus, or these little drops of sweat that is coming? That should be my focus. What should be my focus? If I focus too much on this, I'll miss out on this magnificent evening. What about you sitting there? Here is a man with peak intensity, even without knowing who you are. And we made an agreement when I began. It's just you and just me. Only two of us are going to focus. And you can focus on this and something about you will change by 9:30. You can focus on something else. The guy sitting next to you is shaking his legs. Okay. You can keep on focusing on that. And you lose the whole talk. And when you go out, first thing you will say is, oh, next to me one admi kept on shaking the, oh, pura admi is shaking and taking the talk. You are not focusing on that. One fellow shaking the legs, that you want to focus on. Your grandfather went in bullock cart and horse from one place to another place to reach where he has to reach. And you are taking an Indigo flight, and in flat 2 hours time you are there in the next destination. Should you be enjoying that? Or sit in the aircraft and there is this big ego thing. This armrest, mera hai, tera hai. Entire 2 hours. Because for the 7,000 rupees I have paid 50% mera hai. Hey, kya partnership hai kya? Chodna. Focus on a lot of other things. Look through the window, look at the horizons, enjoy the flight. Soja, think about all the magnificent ways from where you began in life and where you came. Nothing is there. Tell him, Saab, pura aapka hai. Oh, khud bol dega, sorry, rakh lo. Okay. In fact, we pay so much attention to small things. We miss out on the progress report of a child comes. Opportunist in thinking is your eyes should first go to the highest mark and appreciate the child. Not look straight at the lowest mark and ask, Kyo? That is opportunist in thinking. Beta, 8 into 8 is how much? The father asked. 62, Papa. The son said. The father hugged him, kissed him on the forehead, lifted him, just went around him. And the wife was watching from there at a distance, said, but father and son have gone mad or what? 828, he said 62, and why are you so excited about it? The father said, yesterday he said 61. I'm encouraging him. Give time till parso, 64 ho jayega. Praise the slightest improvement and praise every improvement. What should I focus on? The 100 chairs that are vacant, Or the 800 chairs which are full, what should I focus on? Your mind is your own place. It makes a hell out of heaven and heaven out of hell, said Milton. It's up to you. Any situation can be turned into a celebration, and any situation can be turned into a suffering. It's all in your hands. Become an opportunist in thinking. Even when I lose a relationship, I don't regret the loss of the relationship, because I tell myself, before you lost the relationship, so many golden memories were created which you can always replay in your mind. The purpose of certain relationships is to come with you till the end. Certain relationships will come, they will serve a purpose, and they will leave. And as long as it has served the purpose before it left, celebrate that. Become an opportunist in thinking. It's a very simple shift. Choose to see what you want to see. Why is another competitor coming into your line of business? For what? Another competitor is coming into the business because he is sensing there is a great opportunity in the market. So one way of looking at a competition is, he will take part of my market share. Another way of looking at it is, there must be so much market potential, that's why another fellow has come. A plus B plus C plus D plus E is not equal to 100%. What do I mean? Every time we talk about market share, all of you in a line of business put together, can you say you've covered the market 100%? A plus B plus C plus D plus E is not equal to 100%. A plus B plus C plus D plus E is equal to 12% or 13% of the market potential. That's all. So it is only when you don't develop this thought process you feel a percentage of my market share will be taken by him. When you develop the right thought process, you will feel, let A plus B plus C plus D plus E focus on this market. I will focus on that market which has not yet been touched. I will focus on that opportunity which has not yet been touched, and let me focus on that. And that's what being an opportunist and thinking, I'll wear the spectacles and see what I want to see. I'm a very happy man in life, my friends, for one reason. If I had ever interacted with you, I've disciplined myself to store something very beautiful about me in my head. I may not remember what I don't want to remember, but as many of you as I know, if I've ever interacted with you and I got an opportunity, something I'll pick up from you and store a very beautiful part of you in my head. You all have these icons in your desktop, in your laptop. When you tap that, so for you Word is the icon of Word, Excel is the icon of Excel. For you that game has an icon, you have an icon. And I think I have disciplined myself over a period of time. I have a very beautiful icon for everybody I know. There's no ugly icon here. I don't remember, this is the fellow, no, that time he scolded you by a bad word. No, I don't remember that. But I remember this is the fellow who took care of his mother. He was bad to me, but he has been good to his mother. And for my own reason, I want to remember he is very beautiful to his mother. I don't want to remember he has been ugly to me. Because kya milega mujhe? In Old Testament, there's a very beautiful saying. It says, acid destroys the vessel which contains it. So with whatever negative thoughts I hold, with whatever negativity I feel about others in the world, for whatever, wo galat aadmi hai, this fellow is not good, ye rog hai, ye pervert hai. Where are you keeping all these thoughts about people? Here. It doesn't affect them, it affects you. Every wrong thought you store about people, every anger, every hurt, every blemish, every incident that has happened in the past which was not good, everything that you hold here, everything is going to affect you a lot more than anybody else, because acid destroys the vessel which contains it. But something else is also true. Flowers leave behind their fragrance in the basket that carried it. Much after you have removed all the flowers, the basket will still smell the fragrance of the flower. By ensuring that I hold the right thoughts and the good thoughts and the beautiful memories of people in my head, the greatest beneficiary is me. If the mind of the man is the man, and developing the right mind will develop the right life for the man, the first step that we are taking is we develop strength of vocabulary. And one of the things that we do immediately right now is the word problem is dropped and it's replaced with challenges. You will face things in life and you will not escape from anything in life. 2, please drop filthy vocabulary. There's nothing great about speaking nonsense. Discipline yourself. You will, for a few more times out of habit, continue to spill certain bad words. But just watch this. When you speak, the world should flower. It should not shrink. 3, become an opportunist in thinking. See what you want to see. Never hold a blemish too close to your eyes and lose out on the magnificence of the sun. Keep it at a distance. That's a blemish. That blemish is there. There are no perfect human beings. And if you're perfect, there's another word to it. It's called God. Embodied, we all have the human side of us. And you have the choice to focus on what do you want to focus on. Focus on the magnificent, beautiful things of an individual. Create a memory of good memories and be that sort of a flower which will leave behind the fragrance in the basket that carried it. But these are small steps. Ask me, are you moving into the talk? Actually, I'm right now moving into the talk. This is one thing that can, whatever I've discussed right now, it will improve the quality of your life. No question about it. It will make you a happier person. It will make you a more peaceful person. You will be able to count your blessings a lot more than your troubles. You will have a beautiful life. But what I'm going to speak now to the end of the program will determine whether you'll stay here in life or you'll reach there in life. Doesn't matter in what field of activity. Doesn't matter in what aspect of life. And right now, thought leadership, in whatever we learn from here, it's not only about your life. If you understand this, you can also lead the thoughts of people around you. And a magnificent family. A very great citizen in parenting. A world-class organization can be built if we can internalize the whole thing. So give yourself to me. Even those of you who have been sitting and judging from the beginning to now, they forced me to come. So I'm just thinking, ye kya baat karte hain? Theek hai? Even those of you, drop your judgment right now and just absorb me for whatever time that is left. The mind is divided into conscious mind and subconscious mind. Conceptually speaking, only 1/8 of your mind is your conscious mind. So all that knowledge, all that memory, all that qualification, all those experiences that you have gone through in life, everything is there in 1/8 of your mind, which is your conscious mind. 7/8 of your mind is your subconscious mind. 7/8 of your mind is your subconscious mind, which means your actual mind is your subconscious mind, and your subconscious mind is not groomed through education. You have to groom it. Most of you have achieved and accomplished what you have achieved and accomplished by just tapping into 1/8 of your mental abilities. I just want you to spare a thought. If just tapping into 1/8 of your mental abilities has given so much to you in life, from where to where it has happened, if you begin to tap into the capabilities of the 7/8 of your mind, from here to where will also be taken care. So listen to whatever I have to speak between now and then, not only for your personal transformation, but you can also exercise this leadership from an organizational perspective, from teaching perspective, from parenting perspective, and bring about a phenomenal change to actualizing and maximizing your personal potential and the potential of those people that you lead. Subconscious is an encyclopedia by itself. In the context of thought leadership, let's just take one aspect and discuss right now. Your subconscious is majorly driven through the emotions you associate to the various experiences of your life. Your subconscious does not understand positive emotion and negative emotion. Your subconscious only understands deep emotions and shallow emotions. Let me take an example and explain so that it's easier for you to understand. Your subconscious does not understand positive emotion and negative emotion. It only understands deep emotions and shallow emotions. So let us say, whenever you are healthy, you don't even talk about it. Whenever you are healthy, you don't even think about it. In fact, you don't remember ever where you felt good because you are healthy, or you told somebody, अच्छा लगता है यार, being fit and healthy, बहुत अच्छा लगता है. You have never spoken. But you are basically a person who have never missed an opportunity to tell the whole world when you are sick. In fact, even in your Facebook wall, it is posted. Sick and down and lying down. You heard about that? That a man looked at a beggar and said, somewhere I have seen you. The beggar said, I am your Facebook friend. Okay. You accepted my request. So, we accept anybody's request. Because, ego, no, number chahiye. I have 800 people in my list. So, everywhere. So, you're basically a person who brags about when you're not feeling well. So, if you have a headache and somebody asks you, how are you? Till they get headache, you'll speak about your headache. So, let us say by nature, you're one of those people like this. You feel, obviously, right is taken for granted and wrong is discussed. But it's backfiring, because by the depth of emotion you associate to being sick, your subconscious thinks this is what you prefer. Because subconscious only recognizes depth of an emotion, and wherever you experience a deep emotion, your subconscious thinks this is what you want. So now what your subconscious does, and when I say what your subconscious, what am I referring to? 7/8 of your mind. Can you visualize? Your mind is a factory with 8 capable workers, of which, if you don't know how to get 7/8 of your workers to work in your favor, to work in your progress, in fact, they will stop you. They will destroy you. And that's what happens. Now what happens, because you have a tendency to associate very deep emotions to your ill health and sickness, not only you. Family case hai, mummy is sick. Pura 7 minutes you will speak only about mummy sickness and nothing else. So by nature, you elaborate a lot on sickness and you associate a lot of emotion on sickness. In fact, a new child is born, you will not go and see. This is your nature. Somebody dies, you live there. Somebody is getting discharged from the hospital, you will not go to see them. Somebody gets hospitalized, pakka, you will go and see. So in your nature itself, your lifestyle has been designed in such a way, there is a lot of attention to ill health and sickness rather than to health and fitness. Your subconscious right now has been programmed to believe you prefer sickness. And as a result, 7/8 of your subconscious, which is the major chunk of your mind, will conspire circumstances to ensure you remain sick. No matter which doctor you go through, no matter what medicines you take, no matter how many health magazines you read, you will continue to be sick. In fact, you will fall into this category where you will join a fitness studio and develop injury there. You will go for a yoga class and there you will develop a sprain and come back there. Somewhere only this morning you read in the newspaper, viral fever has attacked Kolkata. Sham tak aa jayega. That virus, from wherever it is there, it will reach you. In fact, every health epidemic that happens, you are the first candidate in your house. And somehow you feel that is because your DNA is not okay, your genetical engineering is not there. You are not a manufacturing defect by birth. You are a manufacturing defect by your thoughts, and that has to be corrected. That has to be corrected. A shift has to come. You have to focus on the 205 bones than that one bone that is broken. A shift has to come. In fact, that is why India is so rich in its heritage in this. Forget English. In all the regional languages, when you're not feeling well, The language itself does not permit you to say, I am not feeling well. The language itself says, तबीयत ठीक नहीं है, सर दुख रहा है. You will not say. In English it's different. I am suffering from headache. In all Indian languages,